Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kristen Ambos, and I am a lender or a loan officer with Guaranteed Rate. Just wanted to add on to this YouTube channel. So we started Mortgage Minute a couple weeks ago, and it was really good. We will continue to do that. Those are great little snippets of just one particular topic that we just want to cover fast. However, mortgages in general are about as clear as mud, as I say, right? So we're going to start coffee or tea and conversations with Kristen. So these are going to be topics that need more time coverage. They're going to be more guideline related. Really get to the nuts and bolts, if you will, of an actual mortgage, setting it up, the whys, the hows. What can we do to get you approved? What do you need to know on your end as a borrower in order to be set up correctly? So many times lenders are not as transparent as they should be on the truth and the reasoning behind what we do. And as an advocate for the consumers and really wanting to bring transparency to lending, this is one of those things that I thought would be a great way to do so. So if you have a topic that you want more information on, please drop me a line. You can email me at kristen.ambos@rate.com, and I'll be sure to do a little snippet for you of that. So one of those things I wanted to get started on today, because it is so important in mortgages, is income. Okay, income this last year has been scrutinized more than ever. When I started in the industry about 20 years ago, we weren't even taking income docs. So now we're scrutinizing it more than ever, you guys. And here's the deal. It is not to drive you crazy. It is not to upset you. It is not to make you feel like you don't make enough money. I know those things can come to terms, or come up to play in some of this. However, it's truly to make sure we don't go back to a housing crisis. It's to make sure that you're getting into the home and you can really afford it. It's actually more of a protection for you, because there are some people out there, unfortunately, who like to slide one by us every now and again and let us, think that they can afford more than they can, or talk us into why things are different now. However, what it really comes down to is what's on paper. What the past looks like, what the present and the future are going to hold. Right now, that income is, like I said, being scrutinized, and that's all right. If you just get your lender the documents they ask for and do it maybe with a smile on your face, but inside, No, we do. And I say that because, in jest, but we really do ask for a lot. And I know it can be time consuming on you. I know it can be like a part-time job, but here are the reasons why. Okay, so let's get into it. We are always going to ask for 30-day pay stubs. The reason for that is because we, A, want to know that you've been working for the last 30 days, and B, we want to make sure that year-to-date income follows through, that you've been working for the whole year. Were you furloughed earlier this year? Is there a legitimate excuse? Did you have to take some time off for medical leave? Those things are okay, but we need to know and understand that that's maybe a one-time deal and not a reoccurring deal. And that's important. 2, we're going to get pay stubs before we close on the loan. So when you're working with your lender, just constantly keep those pay stubs. Just send them all the pay stubs that you get and let them just delete them if they don't need them. It's just a little bit easier. But anyway, we get one right before we close on the loan to ensure that you're still working. You've still put in those full-time hours, even up to the day we close. Again, this is to ensure. Now, people are like, but I'm clearly working. You can tell I've been at the same job for years, and I get it. Put yourself in our position. Think if somebody were to knock on your door and say, I really want you to borrow me $200,000. I want to buy this house. Listen, I can afford it. I promise you I can. But offered you no documentation to prove that. You probably wouldn't give them your hard-earned $200,000. We feel the same way. Whether it's $100,000, it doesn't matter. $500,000, everyone's in the same boat. It's a lot of money. We want to make sure you can afford the home to live there. Listen, we don't want the home back, right? So we don't want to put you into a home that you truly can't afford. We want you to go into the home, and we want you to be able to live and have a nice life within the home and outside of the home. So that's a lot of that. Self-employment, you guys, these days is getting scrutinized more than I've ever seen in my entire life. We as lenders are taking an extraordinarily amount of documentation. Profit and loss statements, year to date. What else? Tax returns for 2 years. We're taking bank statements, business bank statements, to make sure that what you're depositing into your account matches your P&Ls, right? there are a lot of self-employed people that take their income down to as close to zero as they can, or even into the negative, to avoid paying a lot of taxes. And listen, you guys, I get that. However, we might not be able to use the income you have if you've taken all the standard or all the optional deductions, is what I should say. If you're showing on paper that you're at a loss, there's a good chance I'm going to show you at a loss as well. You can't buy a house at a loss. So even though you may not feel that on a month-to-month basis because you're just taking the allowable deductions, it doesn't always work that way on paper. Okay, so you may feel like a really strong borrower. We need to confirm that with all of your documentation. Listen, Fannie and Freddie work with us. They know they want you to pay your taxes. If you pay your taxes, they'll let you buy a bigger house. It's kind of that thing. If you show no income, they're not going to allow you to. It all kind of goes hand in hand. But again, mortgage qualification and mortgage guidelines, as far as income is concerned, isn't always what it feels like on your day-to-day living. So clearly, it is scrutinized. It's looked at a lot. Every lender has to do it the same way. Please, please, please just get your documents in. And please, I can't stress it enough right now, get pre-approved before you're looking at a home, because these things can come up, okay? Because these things do matter, or it might affect the home size you're looking at. Sellers don't want buyers to come into their homes right now if they're not qualified buyers. So please, even if you think you're the best buyer out there in the world and I can pre-approve you in 2 minutes, I'd love to pre-approve you in 2 minutes. Let's do it. Same thing. Or if you think you have, a little bit here that you're not really sure of, let me know. I'm happy to look at it, and we'll go through it all, and we'll get you, like I said, get into the nuts and bolts of it. We'll get down to the nitty gritty, as they say, and we'll give you all the reasons why. So not only can we or can't we, but you also understand the can and the cannot, why, the ifs, the hows, the whens. Lending, again, is about as clear as mud, you guys. Income is huge right now. So just really work with your lender to make sure. Don't feel afraid to get a second opinion. Some loan officers might be a little bit better at calculating income than others. Some might scrutinize a little harder than others. So always feel free to get a second opinion. But at the end of the day, we're here and we're going to answer all your questions. Again, feel free to share my YouTube page with anyone you know. Please subscribe, and I look forward to more conversations with you in the future. Have a good day. Bye-bye.